morning. Today we're going to read the book Amazing Ants by Megan Cooley Peterson. This is an information text, so everything in here is true. Amazing Ants. Table of contents tells you all the things that we're going to learn. Meet the ants. Have you ever seen ants outside? They were probably hard at work. These tiny insects scurry along sidewalks and crawl up trees. They turn the soil, which helps plants grow. Some ants carry seeds to underground nests. The seeds grow into new plants. Nature would be lost without ants. More than 13,400 species of ants live almost all over Earth. Ants are very social. They work together to build nests, find food, and keep each other safe. Did you know only the queen and male ants have wings? An ant's body. An ant is an insect. It has 6 legs and 2 antennae. It uses its mandibles like teeth. Legs, mandibles, antennae, eye. Carpenter ants. Carpenter ants build nests out of wood. That's how they got their name. These tiny builders make nests in tree trunks and branches. They even build nests inside wood in buildings. Carpenter ants don't eat the wood. They eat other insects. They also eat some of the food people eat, such as syrup, honey, and jelly. Did you know? Some queens lay millions of eggs a year. A colony can have just one or several queens. Life with ants. Ants live in groups called colonies. Each ant in a colony has a job. The queen lays eggs. Male ants mate with the queen. Then they die. All females are workers. They take care of the queen and the young. They also gather food and build nests. This carpenter ant is covered in the goo that has killed it and the enemy. The rest of the colony is now safe. An ant's life. Ants begin life as eggs. The eggs hatch into larvae. The larvae molt as they grow. Then they spin a cocoon as a pupae. The pupae emerge from the cocoon as adults. Some carpenter ants protect themselves in unusual ways. The exploding ant squeezes itself until it blows up. Yellow goo shoots out of its body. The goo sticks to predators. The predators die. The black carpenter ant bites enemies. It sprays acid into the bite mark. The acid makes the bite mark burn. Did you know ants have thicker muscles than any other insects and larger animals? These muscles help them carry 10 to 15 times their own weight. It would be like you lifting a car over your head. Fire ants. You'll know if a fire ant stings you. It burns like fire. These ants use sharp mandibles to bite into prey. Then they inject venom with stingers. Fire ant colonies can survive a flood. They make themselves into rafts. The ants join together. They float on the water's surface. Worker ants form the outside of the raft. The queen and the young stay safe on the inside. Did you know? Fire ants build mounds of dirt on top of their nests. Mounds can reach 0.6 meters high. This is a photo of fire ants floating on the water. Inside a nest. Most ants build their nests in soil. Some ants build nests in trees or in people's homes. Workers dig tunnels and rooms called chambers. The queen lives in her own chamber. Workers use other chambers. Here they store food or care for the young. Turtle ants. It's moving day for turtle ants. These ants don't build their own nests. Instead, they look for an open beetle burrow in a tree. Once the ants move in, workers use their heads like doors. Their large heads block the nest's opening. Quiet ants. Ants don't make noise. They communicate by releasing chemicals. Each species uses 10 to 20 different chemicals. When an ant finds food, it releases a chemical. Other ants follow it to the meal. Another chemical warns others in the colony of danger. Turtle ants have a daring way of getting to the bottom of a tree. They jump! A turtle ant's flattened body and legs help it steer and glide. It lands at the bottom of the tree. Wood ants. Most wood ants live in wooded areas or fields. They build large mounds on top of underground nests. The mounds soak up the sunlight. The sun's heat keeps the colony warm. Did you know some wood ant mounds can reach 2.1 meters tall. Scientists once found 1,400 queens inside a single mound. Wood ants have a trick to scare away predators. Workers spray acid at them. They run from the foul liquid. Giant Amazonian ants. In South America, a giant crawls along the forest floor. The giant Amazonian ant is one of the largest ants on Earth. Most of these ants live in small colonies. The dinosaur ant is a kind of giant Amazonian ant. Between 40 and 100 workers live in a colony. They build their nests at the base of trees. Their strong mandibles chomp down on prey. They also inject venom with stingers. Did you know giant Amazonian ant colonies don't have queens? Worker ants lay eggs. Weaver ants. Weaver ants enjoy a room with a view. High in the treetops, they build nests out of leaves. Workers hold the edges of leaves together. Other workers pass larvae back and forth. The larvae spit out silk. The silk sews the leaf edges together. Each colony builds 60 to 100 nests. A single weaver ant nest is about the size of a soccer ball. Weaver ant nests. Did you know weaver ants make themselves into bridges? They climb over each other to close the gap between distant leaves or branches. Leafcutter ants. Leafcutter ants grow their own food. At night, workers leave their huge underground nests. They have sharp mandibles. The mandibles cut pieces of leaves from trees and shrubs. They vibrate 1,000 times per second as they cut the leaves. The workers chew the leaves into pulp. They use the pulp to grow fungus inside the nest, which they eat. Did you know leafcutter queens can live 25 years or more? When the queen dies, the other ants in the colony die too. Acrobat ants. Acrobat ants know how to put on a show. These ants have bodies shaped like hearts. When bothered, the ants lift up their bodies. To enemies, the ants look bigger. They remind some people of acrobats as they walk. Acrobat ants live in trees. They build nests in damp or rotting wood. Some build carton nests. Carton nests look like cardboard. The ants chew up plants and mix them with the soil to build nests. Carton nests may have many tunnels and chambers. Acrobat ants eat the waste of smaller bugs. Did you know for every human there are 1.5 million ants? The weight of all people on Earth is equal to the weight of all ants. Crazy ants. Watch out for crazy ants. These ants dash and dart in all directions. They kill other ants that get in their way. They even crawl into people's shoes and up their legs. Crazy ants spray acid at other animals and people. It makes their prey's skin and eyes sting. One kind of crazy ant takes over places where fire ants live. The crazy ants cover themselves with their own acid. It protects them from fire ant venom. Did you know crazy ants invade people's homes? Sometimes they build nests inside computers and TVs. Scientists aren't sure why. Some guess that crazy ants like electricity. Yellow crazy ants eat a leaf beetle. Invasion. Christmas Island is a small island in the Indian Ocean. Yellow crazy ants came here between 1915 and 1935. No one knows how they got there. The ants block the path of crabs to the sea. The crabs can't mate, and the ants also shoot acid into the crab's mouth, killing them. Since the 1990s, the ants have killed millions of crabs. Honey ants. Honey ants love to eat sweets. Worker ants gather nectar and sap. They feed it into other workers called repletes. Repletes store it in their bodies. Then they swell up like marbles. The repletes hang from the ceiling of the nest. If another ant is hungry, the replete splits up some of the liquid. Did you know honey ants sometimes kidnap other colonies' repletes? They force the repletes to do their own work. Army ants. Army ants are some of nature's deadliest hunters. They are also blind. These ants hunt in huge groups. They act like one giant ant. They attack everything in their path. Using large, sharp mandibles, army ants slice into prey. They spray their victims with acid. The acid breaks down the bodies of their prey. The prey becomes easier to eat. Some worker ants carry their prey back to the nest. Did you know army ants hunt in groups of up to 20 million? In Africa and Asia, army ants are often called driver ants. Glossary and index. The end.